6'9".
Well, Greg, this... matchup features two teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. The front court is Rizachet and Johnson. Daniels out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Okongwu in at the 5. LeVert with the wide open look. That 3 off the mark. And here's the fast break. Wiggins from outside. LeVert grabs the miss. Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Okongwu with the screen for LeVert. Pass to Rizachet. Sweet little floater. Rizachet has got the first points up on the board tonight here for Atlanta. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for Miami. And this past offseason stand was pivotal for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, they've been at a crossroads, Kevin, every offseason since their Eastern Conference Finals run in 2021. But after missing out on the playoffs last season, changes seemed inevitable.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
And the 3 ball is good.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Adebayo with a screen for Wiggins. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Brady lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the buckets.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Here's LeVert following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. And it's Rizachet missing. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Traps in the tray. Wiggins has got his second bucket of the night.
And pretty consistent from range. Wiggins has the natural tools to do a little bit of everything.
Okongwu kicks to LeVert. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaime Jaquez. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
On defense, they lead by 4.
Well, that's what you want to do, but he didn't have the angle to get the pass in there.
Outside, Hero. Pass to Adebayo. A 3-pointer off the mark. The Hawks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. A nice shot by LeVert.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor him.
He gets it in there. Wiggins has got 7 points.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Took him no time at all on that one. 5 points in the game.
Well, that's just excellent offense. If the defense is giving that up, you've got to take it.
The 3 looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Daniels with it, now defended by Wiggins. Johnson kicks to Daniels. Back to Johnson. Pass to Rizashea. 4 on the clock. Lets it go with a 3. Miami grabs the miss. 30 seconds left to play here in the first. Wiggins surveying the floor. This one for 3. Okongwu grabs the board. Atlanta's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. And here's Daniels. 7 points in the game. There's a screen. Johnson. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for... Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Heat.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities off turnovers.
So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. They've got Trae Young. Hands out there with George Niang. Then it's Terrence Mann, and it's Capella in at the center, locking down the middle. Now, here is Young. The Hawks need to get off a shot here, and then slams it in.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
And Davion Mitchell gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Niang with the ball. Off target from outside. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Well, the Miami Heat have always been in contention, Stan, for the East, and you've worked in the organization. Why is that?
Well, look, Kevin, I'll admit to a bit of a bias here, but they have a great coach, maybe the best in the league. He's been there since 2008. That consistency and continuity really helps, and this team expects themselves to win no matter what they go through.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. Mind for the game, for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. And so it's Atlanta with it, following the 3 from Alec Burks. Into the lane. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Here's Heisman. It's a pick by Love. 3-pointer. And the Heat, another 3. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Capella with a screen on Mitchell. Here's Young driving inside. Love grabs the board. The Heat have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. So here's Burks. 6 points for him. Over Young. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. It can't settle for bad shots.
You know, Stan, it sometimes seems that coaches get themselves ejected on purpose to fire up their team. Am I on the right track there or not?
Well, Kevin, certainly it happens with some guys. There have certainly been guys, Jerry Sloan, Don Nelson, who would do some of that.
How about you? How about you?
Now, Kevin, you know me. All I always ever tried to do was help the referees because we all just want to get to the right call, and I could help them in that.
You did all the time.
As much as I could, but they were not receptive.
Here's Niang. Again, the Hawks good for 2. 1:10 left in the first half. Three-pointer. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
It's such a sweet three-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter. Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Jovic from outside the arc. And with the rebound. Young against Mitchell. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. Screen by Capella. Pass to Mann. Over Burks. Mann can't hit.
When the defense is playing all through like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time you just couldn't get it done.
Young against Mitchell. And Young kicks to Capella. The kick out to Young. With 1 on the clock. And it's good, but hold on, the official.
The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
Locker room. We're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his...
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
36.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Andrew Wiggins really making a difference here.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
The guard pair will be Hero and Hakim. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Adebayo, and it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's where Expulster starts the second half with.
First team foul.
Here's Rizachet. He's covered by Hero.
And have to love that tenaciousness there by Wiggins. He has all the tools to be a great defender.
Hawkes can't hit. The Hawks leading by 3. Johnson, a wide open look, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Here's Adebayo, and Adebayo throws it down.
Don't take your eyes off Bam. When he comes off the floor, he gets up and the slams are just too good to miss.
Daniel, pass to Okongwu. Rizachet with it. He's covered by Hero. Johnson outside. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer, Daniels. It's hauled in by the Heat. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks break, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Daniels, no good. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Pass to Adebayo. Rob. Here is Daniels. He's covered by Hero. Takes a 3. Good on the triple. Daniels has got 10 points.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Here's Adebayo. And another basket for Miami.
Tough shot from Bam. But, man, he is so capable of knocking down that mid-range.
Okongwu with a screen on Hawkins. And it's LeVert missing. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. They trail by 1. Pass to Adebayo. Outside, Hero. Clock at 6. Adebayo with a screen for Hero. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. The Hawks have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
On the wing, Hawkins. Back to Hero. 1:29 left here in the third quarter. And the foul on Dyson Daniel. That is his first foul of the game. And Miami going with a whole new group out there. Atlanta making some changes. Works for 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Capella's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Man up top. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Mann's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hawks. Burks looking around. It's a pick by Love. And here's Mitchell from the arc. And with the rebound. Hawks have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Nance passes to Mann. Screen by Capella. Here's Mann. Burks covering. And that one, good. And now an 8-point Hawks lead.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Burks the pass to Highsmith. The long distance 3 is buried. Highsmith's got 8 points.
Well, we know what kind of scorer he is, but he could use a little help.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Charity stripe shot. Capella the pass to Mann. Goes back up. Out to Nance. From deep. No good. Shot missing. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Hawks on top. Up by 5. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. How young. So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Clint Capella is out there with Larry Nance. Then it's Terrence Mann. And it's Young. And it's Niang in at the 3.
3 points.
The Heat trail by 8. Here's Burks. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And tonight we've also seen a lot of great play from them inside. They've been consistent in terms of attacking the interior of this D.
Nance against Burks. Here's Jovic. Hits the 3-point bomb.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Pass to Niang. Nance a screen on Burks. Here's Niang. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Miami trailing. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Young against Mitchell. Young looking around. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Mann. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
It doesn't get any easier than this. Capella's work ethic is what allows him to get those dunks.
With the drive, shooting foul, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's check. Replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. He reminded his team, we're up. All the pressure is on them. Let's just keep playing our game. Makes sense because they've got a nice lead late in this game. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And the Heat with some changes. Highsmith is checked in. And it's Jaime Jaquez in for Tyler Hero. Daniels kicks to Johnson. The 3-ball. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got... Three assists now in this one.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
No hesitation from Adebayo there. Had to love seeing him taking this shot with confidence.
LeVert with it. Out defended by Adebayo. Pass to Daniels. Johnson with a screen on Wiggins. Daniels passes to Johnson. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. The Heat trail by 6. Now, here's Burks. Wiggins, a screen on Okongwu. It's good. Adebayo's got 11 points here in just the second half.
And he just battles hard in the post. Bam doesn't need a clean look to convert from that range.
Daniels passes to Okongwu. Here's Rizashe. Another 3 for Atlanta. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for Miami. 7-point differential. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. 1:46 left in the fourth. Okongwu with a screen on Wiggins. Pass to Rizashe. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here is Daniels, covered by Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. LeVert screen on Burks. And the dunk by Rizashe.
Yeah, if you give Rizashe a chance at the rim, he's going to make you pay.
Now here's Wiggins. Adebayo with a screen for Wiggins. Pass to Adebayo. Wiggins in the post. No one near Adebayo as he lets it go. That is off the mark. He's shooting 60% on 6 of 10 shots. Johnson with a screen on Hackett. Three-pointer, Daniels. It's Adebayo with the rebound. The Heat have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Burks the pass to Hackett. It's good from long range.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
This is when you really need to maintain your focus.
Here's Reza Shea. Off target with his 3. 7-second difference, shot and game clock.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
And here is Okongwu. Launches a 3. Jaquez with the rebound. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Fires from deep. Rebound by the Hawks. Here's Okongwu. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. And so the Hawks take the win. This was a hard-fought. Thank you, David. And that about wraps it up. So now for Greg Anthony.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let
So the Wizards will get the first possession. A look at the opening lineup for Washington. Sarr out there with Sadiq Bey. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly. And it's Smart in at the 1. From deep, Sarr. Adebayo grabs the board. And it's Miami's ball. And Grant, the Heat, last season retiring Udonis Haslam's number 40.
Yeah, he played his entire 2-decade career in his hometown of Miami. And for all of his contributions on the court, what he meant to this organization off the floor was just as important.
You know, being that wide open sometimes leads to a miss, but that fadeaway was money.
And all around the rim that time before dropping. And so Hero will bring it up for the Heat. Wiggins for 3. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
This guy gets up in the air so smoothly. Andrew Wiggins, a nice foundation for that shot.
Smart passes to Bey. And just over a minute played here to start the game. Gets the 3 to fall.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Earlier, Allie LaForce spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. What'd you find out, Allie?
A big topic of conversation, Chris Middleton. Coach said Middleton is an incredible shooter. He said we cannot let him get comfortable. Shoot it directly off passes. Our goal, run Chris off that 3-point line. Chris Middleton, hard to stop. Guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Here's the pick. Wiggins from long range. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point land so far. Pass to Ware from behind the arcs. Knocks it down from distance.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man.
Sarr misses. Miami has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Brad, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sarr has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills as well. And that's a very intriguing package.
Oh, sweet move. And the powerful one-handed slam.
For his size, Sarr has impressive mobility. And that's a pretty fluid drive.
And that one is stuffed right through.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And the call will be against Tyler Hero. That's his first foul. About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Middleton finds Bey. There's the screen. Here's Sarr. Outside Coulibaly. And it's all from 3-point range. And so Hero will bring it up for Miami. It's a 3-point game. Smart with the ball. Guarded now by Jaquez.
Boy, you have to love how engaged Marcus Smart is defensively. This guy is a nightmare for the offense.
Wiggins for 3. And again, no good by Miami.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Pass to Sarr. The 3. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist. Sarr's got 9.
Yeah, still a developing part of Sarr's game, but he looked confident with that triple.
Adebayo sets a screen. Wiggins for 3. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Pass to Coulibaly. The fadeaway. That one won't fall. He's 1 for 3 on the day.
Maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I don't think his coaches will agree.
I think we have to check his sanity because there's a number of better options on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely no hesitation from Hero. He shoots at will from range.
And here's Coulibaly. From deep 3-point land. Rebound Miami. 24 seconds left in the first. here's Adebayo. Beyond the arc. Sarr pulls it in. Pass to Koulibaly. Kept alive. Back to Middleton. Smart for three. Oh, with the clock running down, he nails a big shot.
Big shot taker, big shot maker.
Offense is coming free and easy as we wrap up the first. It's Washington up 5. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Washington's performance here. Guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, coming into tonight, maybe you thought they were going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Nope, that's not the case.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Alec Burks is out there with Davion Mitchell. Then there's Kevin Love, and it's Jovic in at the 4 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Jovic tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Poole. Takes the 3. And again, it's Washington with a 3. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
Burks passes to Mitchell. 6 to shoot. Burks against Brogdon. Goes back up. And Burks gets it to go. Burks has got his first 2 points of the night.
Beautiful touch from Burks. He excels at knocking down these mid-range shots.
Davion Mitchell. First personal foul. First team foul.
Brogdon feeling it out a bit. Oh, Brogdon gets a step. Out to the right wing. 3-pointer Holmes. It's hauled in by the Heat. Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. Here's Jovic, defended by Kispert. Jovic's shot is off. Wizards leading by 9. Of course, you look at this Washington team. They hit the reset button.
B.A., I am sure that's not an easy decision to make, but I believe it was the right move. Washington was kind of stuck at that play-in level. Now they have a clear focus and direction on the future. May take some time, but I like the plan.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something. That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA that you can develop." And Brian, they walk the walk.
One of the great organizations in the league, Allie. 3-pointer is up from Brogdon. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
Brogdon very capable of catch-and-shoot situations. This guy's so efficient.
Here's Highsmith. Misses the 3. The Wizards have gone 4 for 6 here in the second. And here's Kispert from the arc. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
Yeah, a lot of coaches might let you hear it for taking the 3-pointer on the break, but I like the decision there. The D had already collapsed inside.
Burks for 3. He's looking good. 2 buckets and 3 attempts.
And talk about payback. He hits the revenge triple.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire. A little bit of pride at stake.
And there's the screen. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
In terms of offense, they've been the more efficient team by far.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
There's a screen by Love. Jacks up a 3. Burks no good.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
From deep. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
He's been playing great unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
On the wing, Mitchell. Pass to Jovic. Here's the 3. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Jovic has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Oh, the shot no good by Kispert. Heat trail by 16. Outside Burks. Here's Jovic. Back to Burks. Outside Mitchell. Here's Jovic. And again, Miami with a triple.
Well, for a big man, his stroke is just beautiful. And because of the height, it's so hard to challenge.
It's Poole on the wing. Pass to Holmes. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Carrington. Knocks down the long J. Carrington's got 6 in the quarter.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Duncan Robinson.
Here's Carrington. Robinson defending. Left side, Brogdon. Poole, a screen on Burks. Here's Brogdon. Gets it off. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Washington with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. Tough to run with them. They get the ball up the court so fast. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. And Grant, when you play the Wizards, you better be ready to run.
BA, they like to speed you up. They force you to play at their pace. And on the flip side, that gives you open floor opportunities as well.
On the court right now for the Wizards, we've got Marcus Smart, Saddiq Bey out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Sarr, and it's Coulibaly in at the shooting guard position. Smart finds Middleton. Lets it go from deep. Rebound Miami. Pass to Wiggins. Fires for 3. To the right side. Adebayo, the open look. And Miami again with the bucket.
Just another thing that Bam brings to your team. The ability to knock down jumpers.
3-pointer. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds in the game. It's Hero on the take. Wiggins with it. Now guarded by Bey. Wiggins, no good.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
It's Middleton on the wing. Fires the 3. Puts up a 3. And it's Miami with a rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. It's Wiggins on the wing. Coulibaly defending. Off the mark. Had a chance there to trim it to single digits. Bey outside. Coulibaly on the wing. 5 to shoot. Back to Bey. The 3 is up. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. Two minutes into the second half of play now. Hero against Smart. Pass to Wiggins. And stolen by Bey. Here's the break. Middleton with it. Guarded by Adebayo. Middleton looking around. That one falls.
And far from just a jump shooter, Middleton stays active and is always ready to shoot.
Wiggins outside. Left side, Jaquez. Here's Smart. Pass to Sarr. Outside Coulibaly. Outside for Bey. From downtown, the offensive rebound. And so Hero will bring it up for the Miami Heat. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. Adebayo in the post. Koulibaly defending. And again, no good by Miami.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
And Jaime Jaquez gets the whistle that time.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul of the game. A new lineup here for Washington.
Substitution on the court.
A minute 42 left in the third quarter. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Washington shooting their first free throws of the night. Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away.
A line change here for Miami. Pass to Carrington. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Carrington's got 10.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Now here's Love. Fires the three. And Holmes pulls it down. Wizards leading by 17. Kispert outside. The three is up. The shot that time not on target. Miami's gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Love for three. Gets the three ball to go.
Yeah, stretching the floor is no problem for Love. He's got impressive accuracy.
Pass to Carrington. 4-3. He buries it from 3. He's got 13.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Drills it from deep.
Well, Burke showing he's more than just a scorer. Terrific pass to his teammate.
And the Wizards shooting only 30% in the third quarter. Shot clock and game clock, 1 second differential. Pass to Carrington. Lets the three fly. Rebound by the Heat. Love's got his 4th rebound in this one. Mitchell with the ball. Here's Highsmith. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Washington. A sizable lead of 4.
This is it, fans.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Here's Brogdon. They've got Alec Burks. He's out there with Davion Mitchell. And it's Love in at center. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Kispert outside. From the arc. Hits a three-pointer.
If you want to talk about an NBA player who has poise and vision, that's Malcolm Brogdon doing work with the pass. That is nicely done.
And Burks gets it to go.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often. And, of course, he makes good use of it.
Kispert outside. Pass to Brogdon. Poole a screen on Burks. Brogdon from outside. Love grabs the miss. Love's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Jovic. No good on the triple. Washington leading by 14. Here's Kispert. Here's Carrington. Poole outside. This one for 3. Connects from downtown. And the Wizards lead by 17.
You have to show more effort defensively. Everyone knows he can do that from deep.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
Jovic passes to Burks. Clock at 6. Launches it. Knocks down the triple.
Well, Burks is a lethal three-point threat. This guy has such an effortless shooting stroke.
Three-pointer is up from Brogdon. It's hauled in by the Heat. Pass to Highsmith. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. There's a screen. Outside Love. And here's Burks. from deep three-point land. There's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. A line change here for Miami. So for Washington, here's Koulibaly. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist.
Oh, don't you love how unselfish Marcus Smart is? Sees the open man, whips the pass over in just the right amount of space.
Jaquez finds Adebayo. Back to Jaquez. Adebayo up top. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Jaquez. Launches a 3. Sarr pulls it in.
I mean, come on, jack that one in the face of some strong defense. You got to think twice about that next time.
Oh, got that one up quick.
I mean, I guess they're willing to give him that shot. They may want to rethink that strategy, though.
Heat trail by 20. Outside Jaquez. Wiggins against Bay. Outside Jaquez. Here's Ware. Again, the Heat misses. Washington has gone 4 of 6 from deep thus far in the fourth. And the call will be against Tyler Hero. That's foul number 2 for him. And Washington has possession. They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen. Takes a 3. Offensive board. Ware. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And I'll tell you what, this is a guy who doesn't take a break at all on the boards.
Man, doing serious work. He likes being an anchor on the glass.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Wizards.
They were the more accurate club, and in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers. Yet, he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
Drains the triple.
Yeah, a versatile player. Hero is terrific at sensing when his guys are open.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Wizards?
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
Unfortunately for them, they're still going to come up short. You wish they'd shown this kind of fight earlier.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Ooh, costly foul there. That'll send him to the line for 3 free throws. First free throw is good.
3 free throws.
And he's good on the second. And he makes all 3. And the Heat with possession. Trailing by 13. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Don't do anything silly. Just ride out the clock.
Yes, if they take their time and execute, the game is all theirs. What a performance tonight. Getting a win like this on the road is such a boost.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
Kicks it out to Middleton. Over Adebayo. Middleton, no good. First one falls. Both good from the line that time. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this
Go. And it's Atlanta to start out. And now Washington starting group. They've got Sarr. Saddiq Bey is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Koulibaly. And it's Smart in at the point. Reza Shea with it. Defended by Middleton. 5 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Reza Shea missing. Now the Wizards with it. And Reza Shea, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch. At his size, that becomes very tough to contain.
And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. Three-pointer, LeVert. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Bey wide open, and he fired. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
Strong response there by Bey, upping the competitive nature here a little.
Here's a good screen. And it's LeVert missing.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
Smart deciding where to go with it. And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Middleton. It's Sarr, top of the key. Back to Middleton. 6 to shoot. Outside, Smart. For 3.
And LeVert's game goes to another level when he plays deep with energy. It's hard to take him off the floor when he's impacting it on both ends.
Three-pointer, Daniels. Bey pulls it in. Washington's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. And the call will be against Caris LeVert. That's his first foul. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to speak with Quinn Snyder just before the game. Now, the two of us talked about how important it is to make sure Chris Middleton doesn't get going. Coach said he's an all-star caliber player for a reason. Now, I told our guys to make sure we know where he is on the floor at all times. Now, it sounds like they respect and are aware just how impactful Middleton can be. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Break since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021. The Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Reza Shea in the corner. And here's Daniels. Driving in. Clock at 6. Three-pointer, LeVert. Rebound by the Wizards. Middleton looking it over. In the corner, Smart with it. The Wizards with another miss. Hawks are gone 2 of 6 in the field. Pass to Reza Shea. Oh, that's blocked.
Great timing on the rejection there. This young kid, Sarr, has major defensive potential.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
And another miss by Washington. Atlanta shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Johnson with a screen on Bey. LeVert inside the line. Pass to Daniels. Knocks down the 3-ball. Daniels has got 6.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Now Sarr. They set the screen. Koulibaly. And right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Bay gets the bucket.
Bay can use a mix of power and finesse when he gets that close.
Daniels with it. He's got 8. Johnson, a wide open look. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Here's Smart. Pass to Song. Here's Koulibaly. He's covered by Daniels. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And a miss there on the triple. Pass to Koulibaly. Driving the lane. Smart, wide open, he fires. Drains the three-pointer.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Washington out in... And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
How about the ball movement so far? I mean, the unselfishness, everyone here just playing for one another, and that can be infectious.
Well, I like that they've also emphasized the three-point line. It's a big difference maker.
So on the floor for Washington, they've got Jordan Poole, Rashawn Holmes out there with Corey Kispert. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Carrington in at the 3 spot. I tell you what, Brent, this Jordan Poole is one confident player.
Yeah, his mindset, though, Kevin, has to shift to being more consistent. So we've seen these outbursts in scoring from Jordan Poole, but really you want to have a more reliable player in what he does both offensively and defensively. Hopefully he finds that.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
Good shooter from behind the arc, selective when he does it. Love how Brogdon lets that one fly.
Nance sets a screen for Young. Pass to Nance. Lets it go from deep. Rebound, Washington.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go. Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
The Hawks again can't hit. Wizards leading by 8. Poole with no one around. Offensive rebound. Fires the 3. Nance with the rebound. Atlanta's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Drills the 3-pointer.
And look at that. The vision is why Trae Young can get you double-digit assists.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. They set the pick. Young with the steal. Capella with a screen on Poole. Young inside. Guarded by Poole.
Wizards foul. Carrington. His first. Team first.
Young outside. Capella with a screen on Brogdon. They get the rebound. Nance sets a screen for Young.
Good at staying with his man. You can tell Brogdon is trying his best to shut you down.
Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. And here's Young from the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Now, just a 2-point Wizards lead. Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Now Nance after the missed 3 from Corey Kispert. Capella with a screen on Brogdon. Scooped up. The kick out to Young. Drains it from beyond the arc. And that's now 6 points for Trae Young.
Good up-tempo play there from Young, firing that shot off before the D could react.
Here's Brogdon, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Here's Niang after Malcolm Brogdon's bucket. Shot clock at 6. On its way from Young for 2. Rebounded by Holmes.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
1:22 left in the first half. Pass to Carrington. Holmes sets a screen. Drills the three-pointer. And it's a 4-point Wizards lead.
Good look from the big man as Holmes gets it to the other guy and not forcing his shot.
Young outside. 56 seconds left here in the second. Man with it. Started now by Kispert. The kick out to Young. Again, Young missing.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Back to Kispert. Pass to Carrington. Nice ball movement by Washington. Washington needs to get a shot off here. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Mann. Guarded by Poole. And here's Young on the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. And it's 9 points for Trae Young.
Yeah, draw the D in, kick it out for the open shot. That's taking the page straight out of your textbook. Well done.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Good, thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. They're thinking about the shot.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. LeVert out there with Daniels. And it's Reza Shea in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. 3rd quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Well, it's no secret this Washington team is in a rebuilding phase. But Brent, they've collected some assets.
Yeah, they got some flexibility here, Kevin, and they made the call to start over. They took some other players that other teams didn't want, along with some draft picks, which sometimes you have to do when you're bottoming out. They have a good toolbox to rebuild them.
Smart against LeVert. Pass to Coulibaly. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. 6 on the shot clock. Fires away from outside. Rebound by the Hawks. Johnson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. LeVert in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. LeVert's got the lead up to 4 now for the Hawks.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor.
Kicks it down to Middleton. Back to Smart from past the arc. Drains the 3-pointer. Smart's got 6 points.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the 3-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Middleton on the wing. Driving to the basket. Smart puts the pick in for Bay. In the corner, it's Saar. Smart on the wing. Saar with it. Okongwu on him. And there's the call on Rizachet. That's his first foul. Saar sets the screen for Middleton. In the corner, Bay with it. And again, Washington with the triple.
Yeah, Bay likes to get to that corner, get his feet set. He's ready to knock down 3 balls.
Three-pointer, Daniels. It's rebounded by Coulibaly. Washington has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Bay, no good.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
For Washington, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Okongwu. Atlanta again missing. On offense, here are the Wizards. Brent Coulibaly got a lot of minutes last season, and it's paid off.
Well, Kevin, I think this guy is hungry. I think he's hungry to prove that he can be an elite wing player in the league. His work ethic is top-notch, and this guy, if he goes at it defensively, can be on those all-defensive teams by the time his career is done.
Johnson sets the screen for Okongwu. It's good from long range. And the Hawks lead by 3.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Smart kicks to Middleton. Outside for Smart. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
Daniels, no good. The Wizards shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Smart passes to Saar. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. And the dunk by Rizachet.
Yeah, if you give Rizachet a chance at the rim, he's going to make you pay.
Middleton drives in. Pass to Saar. Bay with a screen on Okongwu. In the corner, Bay with it. 6 to shoot for the lead. Rebound by the Hawks.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Hawks on top. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. 4th quarter on the court for the Wizards. Jordan Poole is out there with Brogdon. Then there's Kispert, and there's Rashawn Holmes, and it's Carrington in at the 3 slot. Holmes with a screen on Young. And it's Carrington missing. And so it's Capella with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. 4-point game. Niang, no good. Here's Carrington. Rebound by the Hawks. Capella's got 6 rebounds in the game. Fires for 3. Man can't hit. Wizards trail by 4. And here's Poole for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And Poole is such a tough and dynamic 3-point shooter. He's comfortable firing from anywhere.
For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. That's tipped. And now the fast break, Brogdon with the ball. Up top, Holmes. Now, here's Kispert, covered by Nance. Here's Carrington. A miss that time, would have put him up. Atlanta's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Mann. The Hawks again can't hit. Washington's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Brogdon outside. It's stolen by Nance. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jordan Poole. That is his first foul of the game. Young against Brogdon. And Young kicks to Capella. Pass to Niang. Launches it. And the 3-ball is good. Niang's got the lead up to 4 now for Atlanta.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. On the wing, Koulibaly. And again, Washington no good. The Hawks leading by 4. 3-pointer, Daniels. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got rebound number 5 here tonight. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Connects from 3-point range.
How about that shot by Middleton? Doesn't matter where it is in the game. He'll take that shot.
Pass to Johnson. Johnson with a screen on Smart. Knocked away. Johnson, the pass to Daniels. And Okongwu has it in the corner. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Middleton for 3, and again, Washington with the triple.
See how skilled Middleton is, ready to pull the trigger, and the defense is going to have to do better.
Here he goes. Daniels kicks to LeVert. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got 3 assists now in this one. For Washington, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Middleton drives in. The Wizards working the ball around now. Bay with a screen on LeVert. Here's Smart. Pass to Sarr. Clock at 4. Back to Smart. Lets the 3 fly. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 6 rebounds in the game. Okongwu with a screen on Smart. To the right side. Rizuche wide open. Frames it from downtown.
Oh, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Middleton outside. From outside the arc. And they recover it. Sarr. Johnson with the rebound. Pass to Daniels. Lets it go from deep. Rebound, Washington.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
And a wide open look for Sarr. No good on the 3. Atlanta with the ball. They lead by 4. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul. 19 seconds left in the game. Fires from deep. And that's good. Here is LeVert for 3.
And LeVert is playing with such passion on offense. He's just not afraid to play a big role on that end.
Bay gets the bucket.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
And so the big win by Atlanta in it. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting
there.
drawn to the front court matchup. Oh.
That's me.
We can expect... More of a methodical pace, Brent, I think, in this one. What do you think?
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. Both of these teams love to run their offense in the half court. They'll slow things down. They'll love the setups. They'll try to manipulate a couple of the plays to get matchups they want. Neither side afraid to take it under 5 seconds on a shot clock, and that patience may pay off.
So the opening lineup for the Heat. The guard set is Rozier and Hero. Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins, and it's Ware in at the center position. Now here's LeVert. Fires the three. Offensive rebound. Daniels passes to Okongwu. Daniels kicks to Okongwu. Clock at 6. And here's Johnson outside. It's hauled in by the Heat. Now Rozier. A 3-ball. Drops in the tray. Rozier's got 5 now.
Defensively, teams worry about Rozier's speed, so when he pulls up off the bounce, he usually gets a good look.
Johnson, a wide open look. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
And you watch Terry Rozier. His playmaking, Brent, has really ascended over the years.
Yeah, Terry has had a really good career and has been a little bit quiet and muted because of where he has played his career, but his opportunity as a secondary role guy to come in and score the basketball and put pressure on the defense, he is a go-to guy for stretches for any team.
Here's Daniels following the score by Miami. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
And typically, he is not the major force in that regard, but good enough to punish a soft defense on that play.
Here's Daniels. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. It's LeVert on the wing. 5 to shoot. With the shot. With nobody on him. He buries the jumper. And that ties it up.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
LeVert against Rozier. Wiggins from outside. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
Good to see Wiggins out there from the corner. Just great rhythm on that three.
And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That is his first foul of the game. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And that one's good. Daniels.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now, here's Rozier. 5 points in the game. No problems knocking that one down. Rozier's got his third basket of the night.
A good decision maker. Rozier takes and makes the shot he's comfortable with.
Over to the wing. Here's Rizachet. He's covered by Hero. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. And slam dunk by Johnson.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. One thing you can pretty much count on with the Heat, Brent Barry, they're gonna grind it out.
This team has always been built around tenacity and toughness. Even with the big three, with LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, there was a bit of a metamorphosis with the way LeBron approached games. Kind of being hated on was something they embraced, and that culture demands that hustle accountability and will consistently be about their culture.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple, but I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
Certainly, DA is a two-way threat. Now, here's LeVert after Terry Rozier's miss. Tries it from 19. Johnson sets the screen for Rizachet. LeVert kicks to Okongwu. And here's Johnson outside. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
They play the clock right. They go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Rozier, the pass to Wiggins. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pass to LeVert. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Hero. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Heat. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Out to the right wing, where Atlanta with the rebound. Daniels with it. He has 5. LeVert inside the line. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. That's a 2 from Rozier. And again, it's the Heat missing. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. It's the Heat up. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And what stands out to you guys from the Heat in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. We've got Kevin Love. Alec Burks is out there with Mitchell. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Highsmith in at the power forward. Jaquez with the ball. He's covered by Niang. From past the arc, Jaquez can't hit. The Hawks trailing. Nance with it, and Burks picks him up defensively.
Miami foul. His first. Team first.
Young finds Nance. Back to Young. Just 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. Nance, no good. Miami's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Here's Highsmith. Here's Love. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Yeah, when you give up these second chance opportunities, I don't know what you expect. Kevin Love is going to find a way to get in there and make something good happen.
Stolen by Mitchell. Pass to Jaquez. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Hawks. Niang with the ball, and Burks picks him up defensively. Niang passes to Mann. Now here's Nance. Capella dishes to Young. Back to Capella. Fires from 18. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And the Hawks have been part of the play-in tournament 3 consecutive seasons.
Yeah, since that run, Kevin, in the 2021 conference finals, it has been tough sledding for Atlanta. They've really been stuck in middling in that 7 to 10 range, which is forcing you to play some tough opponents in those early rounds. But they have not overcome that.
Now, Niang. Larry Nance missing from long range. Atlanta again missing. Pass to Highsmith. Mitchell outside. A fadeaway. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. The Hawks trail by 6. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Shot's good from Young.
Undeniable range. Young is going to pull up the moment he gets any angle out there.
And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Miami's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. The shot by Mitchell, no good. Hawks have drawn 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. And the foul on Alec Burks. That is his first foul of the game. It's Young on the wing, covered by Mitchell. On the wing, Nance. The kick out to Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Hawkes against Capella. Burks looking around for the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Burks has got the lead up to 6 now for the Heat.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Young knows his range to answer his opponent.
And one of those guys, Brad, who can take over a game, sometimes from beginning to end, is Trae Young.
It is remarkable, Kevin, especially at his size in today's game. It reminds me a lot of playing against Allen Iverson, a guy who could dominate the game as a small player, and that's what Trae is. But what he can do offensively, the instincts that he shows, the way he can get it going offensively, he's truly a remarkable talent in terms of a small guy dominating a big man's game.
Young with the steal, and it's Kevin Love with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Niang. He has yet to score. Young in the corner. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Well, take your choice. You can either foul him or watch him dunk. Well, actually, in this case, you could get both.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, and he's good on the 3-ball.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
And here's Young from the arc. Miami grabs the miss.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Back to Love. Beyond the arc. That one misses. And so we conclude the first half. Heat lead by 7. A chance now to send. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Nice game. Great performance by Terry Rozier.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
In the post, it'll be Johnson Okongwu. Daniels out there with LeVert. And it's Reza Shea in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the Hawks 5. It's tipped. Rizachet with the steal.
Ill-advised pass on that one, guys. I mean, he had to know there was a man there in position to get that turnover.
Out of bounds, Miami takes possession. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate. And this kid, Rizachet, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
And he uses the glass on the layup. Rozier's got 13.
And, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Here's Daniels, and he dunks it down.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, I said before, the layup, when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
And this game has been so smooth for Rozier. He's finding his shots and really taking charge on the floor.
On defense, the Heat, 6-point game. Got that bucket in no time at all. LeVert's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Hawks. And Brent, if the super team era is indeed coming to a close, the Miami Heat are one of the most successful examples.
Yeah, Kevin, you're obviously referring to the Heatles with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. I think there are some fans out there that go back to when it was that they had that press conference and were throwing up 6, 7, 8. And so 2 titles, yes, of course, amazing. Chances to win championships, amazing. Could there have been more? Possibly.
The Heat leading by 6. A three-pointer, Wiggins. Atlanta with the rebound. Okongwu's now got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. LeVert with it. Picked up by Rozier. Okongwu kicks to Daniels. Rozier with the steal. Pass to Ware. This one for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Ware's got the lead up to 9 now for Miami.
And once Rozier spots that hole in the defense, he just doesn't hesitate. Just sends the ball to an open shooter.
Now Hero. Outside Rozier. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Pass to Rizachet. LeVert with it. Picked up by Hero. They need this. And it's Rizachet missing. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for Miami. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go, even with the defense not really a factor.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. Adebayo with a screen on LeVert. Rozier against LeVert. Rozier kicks to Adebayo. 2 points. That one goes.
You hear the word versatility so much associated with Bam Adebayo and his game. And the mid-range is coming along as well.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor.
Substitution on the court.
It's LeVert on the wing.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
The Hawks shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. And the free throw drops for LeVert. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. Nance comes in for Jalen Johnson. George Niang, he's checked in for Rizachet. Young is subbed in for Daniels. Hawkes outside. Pass to Highsmith. They set the pick. And here's Burks. Just 5 on the clock. And it's off from three-point range. The Hawks trail by 5. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Young with the ball. Now defended by Mitchell. Nance sets a screen for LeVert. No good from outside. Hawkins outside. Here's Love. Finished off the break. Love's got 7 points.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
And so it's Miami, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. We've got Alec Burks. Also Mitchell out there. Kevin Love out there with Jaime Jaquez. And it's Highsmith in at the 4-man position. Pass to Burks. Love outside. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Hawks trail by 7. Young with no one around. Poked away. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Back to Burks. Launches a 3. Buries it from 3-point range.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Young's shot is good.
Defender's just too worried about Trey pulling up on the shot, so he took advantage and just flew by him.
Jaquez with a screen on Young. Jaquez outside. Kicks it out to Love. And the Heat, another 3.
Precision shooting off the pass. Love takes no time letting that one go.
Here's Young. Takes it inside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, he's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. It's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
Man in the corner. A shot's good on the assist by Nance. Man's got his first 3 points of the game.
0 defense. You can't let a good shooter have the wide open 3.
The drive by Mitchell. It's a pick by Love. To the middle. Here's the floater. 6 on the shot clock. Burks the pass to Love. Here's Highsmith. Mitchell kicks to Burks. Sinks the three-pointer. Burks has got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Heat.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Heat?
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot?
Well, the three-point shot has been absolutely huge for them this entire game. And let's be honest, you have to knock down threes to win games these days.
Daniels passes to Mann. Okongwu with a screen on Rozier. Mann. The three-pointer is right on target. Mann's got 8 here in the quarter.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one. That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
Man, that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Okongwu with a screen on Hero. Rizachet, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, Rizachet does a nice job of drawing the contact on his way up. Now a chance at the line.
Atlanta making a switch here. LeVert's checked in.
He's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
Wiggins, a screen on LeVert. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
Mann's checked in for Rizachet. LeVert kicks to Daniels. Latre. They grab their own miss. Count!
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
And Rozier, here we go. And he gets contact and the whistle. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We have to now review the personal foul in question.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's called about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. A great sign of how confident Rozier is. He wants to be the leader, and you need your leader to come through with buckets like that.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
LeVert against Rozier. Offline. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he ends up making the second, and that will put them up by 2. And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
And they actually could take a 3 here and go for the win if they want to. I think they'll try and send it to overtime. The defenders don't want to foul in this situation, so you should be able to get a good look inside.
Now that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Here's Okongwu. Misses the 3. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Here's Rozier. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Karis LeVert is out there with Daniels. And it's man in at the small forward. Atlanta shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Here's LeVert, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And LeVert is playing with such passion on offense. He's just not afraid to play a big role on that end.
Wasted no time on that one. Rozier's got 28.
fantastic bomb there, just especially against the taller defender.
And here's Daniels. LeVert in the corner. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer, Daniels. And it's Miami with the rebound. Ware's got 4 rebounds in this game. Rozier the pass to Burks. Back to Rozier. Burks sets a screen for Rozier. Off the left rim and out.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 so far in their 3-point attempts in overtime. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. And the layup's good off the glass. Rozier's got 5 points in the quarter.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Here's Daniels, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins. It's the first, and that brings them within 2 here. And so he makes both from the line. Now, here's Rozier. Just about 2 minutes in now to this overtime period. What a game. Adebayo with a screen for Burks. Back to Adebayo. Rozier against LeVert. Here's Adebayo. It falls.
Bam stepping up and making a huge play for his team that time.
And so LeVert will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Rozier with the steal. And Wiggins throws it down hard.
And Wiggins stepping up in a big moment. That's huge for this ball club.
Daniels kicks to Johnson. And Adebayo sends it back. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And now it's an 8-point Heat lead.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
You want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
Daniels from outside. It's hauled in by the Heat. They've led by as many as 11 points. Rozier with room to fire. Again, the Heat good for 2.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
And so Miami takes this one. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.
classic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
And the starting lineup for Miami. Rozier and Hero are the backcourt. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the 5.
And defensively, you just cannot let Sarr get that ball inside.
And it's Rozier with the ball for Miami. Adebayo up top. Outside for Rozier. And finished off by Adebayo.
What a confident dunk by Adebayo. He knows there's little the defense can do once he's elevated.
And Bilal Coulibaly picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian Keefe had a few moments to share with me. Right away, he acknowledged they're facing one of the best defensive players in the league in Bam Adebayo. He told me Bam can do it all. He can protect the rim, he can defend in isolation, he can rebound. So we have to keep our composure, be aware of his presence, and not let him dictate what we do. All right, let's send it back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Allie.
Well, I absolutely love that pass from Marcus Smart, almost like a sixth sense relative to where his teammate was.
And if you're a longtime Washington Wizards fan, you have to be pining for the glory days, Doris.
And think how far back those glory days were, the 1970s. Back then, they made 4 finals and won 1 championship. But since that point, BA, they haven't even made a conference finals. And yet again, they are in a rebuild. Incredible.
A little over a minute and a half into this first quarter. Middleton with it. Now Wiggins defending. Bay from long range. The rebound by Wiggins.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
Adebayo from long range. Pure from three-point range. Adebayo's got 8.
Just another thing that Bam brings to your team. The ability to knock down jumpers. I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
Here's Middleton. Pass to Sarr. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. And it's Miami's ball. They're on an 11-2 run. Wiggins with a screen on Smart. Rozier from outside. Offensive rebound. Tipped. Five on the clock. Another shot. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. Where? Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
We all know Terry Rozier can score the ball, but boy, showing the selflessness right there with that pass.
And Marcus Smart picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Here's Rozier from the inbound. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Shots good by Sarr.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Smart grabs a miss.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Now here's Smart. Here's Sarr. Shot clock at 6. And it's Smart missing. It's a 9-point spread. Rozier from outside. Nails it from beyond the arc. Rozier's got 8.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Here's Ware. Oh, wow. Drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
You know, not not the smartest play a defender can make there.
That one misses. And he nails the third. 1:10 left in the first quarter here. Bay with a screen on Rozier. Bay outside. And Andrew Wiggins gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Smart against Rozier. Shoots in deep. Wiggins with a steal.
You love that defensive effort right there showing up.
Back to Rozier. There's 45 seconds left in the opening quarter. Adebayo, a screen on Smart. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Rozier. Sarr pulls it in.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Rozier outside. Adebayo, a screen on Smart. Three-pointer Rozier. Knocks it down from distance. 11 points in the game.
Their ability to space the floor has been the story of this game.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
Sarr passes to Smart. Bay with a screen on Rozier. To stop the run. And it's Bay. That time on the assist from Smart.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And so it's Miami, up 14. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Heat.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
On the court for Miami here in the second. We've got Mitchell. He's out there with Alec Burks. Jaime Jaquez out there with Kevin Love. And it's Highsmith in at the power forward position. That one drops for him.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Heat leading by 12. So many ups and downs in his career, Doris. You forget how young Jordan Poole is.
Well, think about opposite ends of the spectrum early on in his career. He goes down to the G League and then won a title all in a span of under 24 months. To me, he's still figuring out what works best for him, but the skill is undeniable.
Carrington. And the deficit down inside single digits. Carrington's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Three-pointer. He's off on that one.
Well, you're trying to answer the three, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
Holmes passes to Poole. Fast break. Here come the Heat. The three. Love, that's good.
Boy, they've got Kevin Love in catch-and-shoot situations. Turn the lights out. He's that good.
Here's Poole. Misses the layup. Miami's gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Highsmith passes to Mitchell. Here's Highsmith, defended by Holmes. Lets it go from deep. And it's Highsmith missing. The Wizards trail by 12. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Wizards last season, for the first time in a long time, hitting the reset button. A losing record, no surprise, but they're trying to build something from the ground up. Enough of treading water in the middle, Brian. They're 45 straight seasons without hitting 50 wins, the longest such streak in NBA history.
Oof, not good there, Allie. Thank you. And the basket by Highsmith.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Pass to Carrington. Here's Holmes. Holmes, a screen on Mitchell. Here's Poole. Poole floating in for the slam. He's electric. Woo!
When you finish like that, you deserve to brag.
Impressive, no question.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay.
Three-pointer is up from Brogdon. Connects from downtown. Brogdon's got his first 3 points of the game. And this is a star-driven league. But talk about the importance of role players, Grant.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that can make the difference.
Well, Burks is a lethal three-point threat. This guy has such an effortless shooting stroke.
Poole gets it in close.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Burks against Brogdon. Goes up on the wing, and Burks gets it to go. Burks has got 5 points in the quarter.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Heat leading by 8. Here's Highsmith, outside Love. Marquez drives in. There's a screen by Love. Fires from deep. Nails it from 3. Love's gotten his second bucket on the night.
Yeah, stretching the floor is no problem for Love. He's got impressive accuracy.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Mitchell. "54 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Poole. Poole fast and in fuego.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Malcolm Brogdon. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Burks. He's got 5. Love a screen on Brogdon. Burks passes to Love. There's a screen by Love. Shot clock at 5. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Jaquez against Poole. Oh, they get a hand on it. It's stolen by Love. Pass to Highsmith. On the wing, Burks. Guarded by Brogdon. Unloads. And that'll do it for the first half of play. With Miami out in front, leading by 9. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. You know, one of the stories here, Terry Rozier. Man, is he getting it done today?
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
Saddiq Bey out there with Sarr. Then there's Marcus Smart. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly. And it's Middleton in at small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Brian Keefe. Rozier against Smart. Rozier looking around. Blocked!
I'll tell you, don't forget about Marcus Smart's vertical. Twice on the pipes, rejects that shot.
Rozier from outside. Rebound by the Wizards. Now here's Coulibaly. And for those tuning in, we're about a minute into this second half. Middleton passes to Bey. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Wiggins. Bey, no good. Heat leading by 7. Here's Rozier. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. That free throw good from Rozier.
Boy, when I think of Terry Rozier, a few things come to mind. Speed certainly is a problem for defenders, scoring ability as well, but the fearlessness is really what makes him hard to deal with.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now. Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line.
Boy, I just love how Marcus Smart plays the game of basketball. He's aggressive, he's intelligent, and he doesn't mind getting under your skin.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now.
Second team foul.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Smart left side. Bay finds Middleton. Bay outside. The three ball. And the three-pointer goes. Bay's got 6.
Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
Smart against Rozier. Adebayo passes to Rozier. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Ware. Back to Rozier. He shoots it, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. The Wizards trail by 8. Smart for 3. And again, Washington with a triple.
It's great seeing Marcus Smart drain these perimeter jump shots. You know he's put in the time to let that offense become a natural part of his game.
Rozier can't get it to go. 3 on 3. Bay with it. Now Wiggins defending. Three-pointer is up. Middleton. The rebound by Ware. Miami leading by 5. And here's the fast break. Wiggins with a screen on Smart. Back to Wiggins. It's stolen by Smart. And a fast break now for the Wizards. Here's Sarr. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got 4 rebounds in the game. Hero right side. Rozier against Smart. On the attack, Rozier.
Once Rozier is in the lane, this guy's so effective at finding his way to the cup.
Here's Sarr. Pass to Bay. Wiggins with a steal. Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Rozier. Sinks that one from the post. And now a 9-point Heat lead.
Boy, pretty move by Rozier. He's forced into the floater, but what touch right there.
Here's Sarr. He has 6. Here's Middleton driving to the basket. And it's Middleton finishing it off.
That's the mindset Middleton has to have. Be active and keep moving. Never let the defense get comfortable.
Rozier gets the bucket.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Kicks it out to Middleton. Adebayo with a steal. And here's Rozier. Jacks up a 3. And Adebayo, the bucket, on the assist by Rozier. Adebayo's got 11 points. And here's Smart. He'll bring it up for Washington. A 12-point game. Three-pointer off the mark. The Heat have gotten 6 of 10 shots to fall in this third quarter. A good look from Wiggins. It's rebounded by Washington.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Bay from long range. Rebound Miami. Ware's got 6 rebounds here tonight. On the wing, Rozier. A big-time effort for Terry Rozier, providing a lot of energy for Miami. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Setting the floor for Miami. We've got Kevin Love. Alec Burks is out there with Mitchell. Then it's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Highsmith in at the 4-man position. Outside Love. With the drive. From the arc. Kispert grabs a miss. The Wizards trail by 10. Here's Holmes. Pass to Carrington. Takes a 3. Highsmith grabs the board. And the Heat shooting around 53%. A nice number. Oh, here's Love with the jam.
You know, just so smart. Kevin Love, tricky, crafty, you name it, he's got it in his game.
Mitchell with the ball. Poole picks him up. Outside Jaquez. Back to Love from 15 feet away. And he hits the jumper for 2. Love's got 4 points in the quarter. And a breakdown here, guys, of the hustle stats for the Heat.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. Miami leading by 14. Outside Mitchell. Love a screen on Poole. Mitchell against Poole. Outside for Love. Jaquez with a screen on Holmes. Love, that's good.
You have to show more effort defensively. Everyone knows he can do that from deep.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
Pass to Carrington. Brogdon with a screen on Jaquez. Here's Carrington. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Miami has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Outside Burks. Just 5 on the clock. And that one drops. Love's got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, Kevin Love is rolling, and his teammates doing an outstanding job to deliver the basketball to him.
Miami leading by 17. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Poole. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution.
So it's Miami now. Rozier outside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Malcolm Brogdon. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
Oh, swiped away.
Refusing to show mercy. They continue to pile it on, this time by creating the turnover.
For Miami, they've gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth. Rozier from outside. It's rebounded by Washington. Pass to Coulibaly. Adebayo with a steal. Wiggins from long range hits the 3-pointer. Wiggins has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
Oh, terrific timing on that catch and shoot. Wiggins in complete command.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Heat.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Terry Rozier.
What a selfless effort tonight. He's done such a great job finding guys in their appropriate spots.
And it's Rozier with the ball for the Miami Heat. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth. And a fast break now for the Wizards. And Smart with the bucket on the assist by Sarr. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. It's Wiggins on the wing. Back to Rozier. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Adebayo. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation.
Washington basketball.
Stolen by Burks. Now here's Rozier. Now Adebayo. Now Rozier. It's stolen by Smart. So no problem for Miami as they get the win. Exceptional effort on the road.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
Defense looking for him.
Be a basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do. One thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. The front court is Rizachet and Johnson. Daniels out there with LeVert. And it's Okongwu in at the center, locking down the middle. Pass to Daniels. Shot clock at 2. With 1 on the clock. Second chance shot, and it's blocked.
Sharp defensive instincts from the rookie. Sarr using those long arms to knock that one away.
Takes the 3. Smart misses. Daniels with it. Now guarded by Middleton. Now here's Okongwu. Johnson right side. Now here's LeVert. He's defended by Koulibaly. Johnson wide open. He fires. Pass to Rizachet. Daniels with it. The Hawks working the ball around. Okongwu. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels.
And the fireworks begin. Should be an amazing show tonight.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
LeVert with the wide open look. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor him.
GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty track record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
So it's the Wizards now, after Karis LeVert missed from long range. Going inside, Sarr gets the bucket.
Not many 7-footers move in space like Sarr, although one does come to mind.
On the wing, Daniels, guarded by Smart. Goes up the baseline, and that one's good. Daniels. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Koulibaly. Drills it from outside.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary. Even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, if you can hit that with regularity, it opens up the floor so much more.
And Okongwu has it in the corner. Okongwu with the screen for LeVert. And play stops as it looks like they call an over-the-back here.
An occasional over-the-back call is fine with him. That's just how he plays and how he attacks the glass.
Yeah, some coaches call that an error of commission. You're giving effort, trying to make something happen. You'll live with a few of those.
And Okongwu slams it in.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Champagny. And there's a minute 45 left in the first quarter. Smart, wide open, he fires. And Sarr throws it down.
That board looked easy for Sarr at 7-1. You expect second chance opportunities like that.
Daniels kicks to LeVert. Shoots the 3. Hands it from downtown. LeVert's got 6 points.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Pass to Sarr. The 3. And Koulibaly gets it to go. Koulibaly's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Wizards. Here is Daniels. Now, Shea. Okongwu, the pass to Levert. 5 on the clock. Back to Okongwu. Rebounded by the Wizards.
I think this is a rare case of being overcommitted. He tried to go all out at the rim, and they stifled.
Here's Smart. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Hawks leading by 3. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. He had a nice open look right there. He's got 9.
And this kid, Shea, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
Middleton for 3. That shot off. Daniels with it. There's the drive. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Alex Song. The Hawks shooting their first free throws of the game. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Holmes. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And that does it for the first quarter. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And I really liked how they moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
They've got Corey Kispert, Rashawn Holmes out there with Bay. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Carrington in at the 2. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. Man can't hit. And it's Bay with the ball for the Wizards. 8-point game. And a guy who brings a lot of energy to the floor, Saddiq Bey.
Yeah, Kevin, you really like all the intangibles with that. Hard-working guy, confident, tough. Great guy to have in your organization and in your rotation.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brogdon.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Now, here is Young. Still scoreless. Bay pulls it in.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
And here's Brogdon from the arc. Rebound by the Hawks. Man finds Niang. Shoots over Brogdon. Down he goes. Nice one there from Niang.
The assist.
Wizards trail by 7. Brogdon looking around. Pass to Carrington. Here's Bay. And the 3 off target. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. What a unique resume for Coach Quinn Snyder. Stan, he's coached in college. He's been overseas as a head coach. He's been in the G League, and now he is back in the NBA.
Yeah, and this guy's just a great coach. He's had teams that perform well at both ends of the floor. He's won everywhere he's been, and he's the only NBA coach I know of that's got a law degree on top of it.
So he's smart and he can coach. Oh, and by the way, he had a pretty good mentor in college, didn't he?
He certainly did.
They push it up 4 on 3. Here's the 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And that corner 3 isn't a huge part of Young's game, but his accuracy can make it work.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract lengths. Commissioner Silver says, we used to refer to it as dead money, a star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, and in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think, DA, that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Yeah, and to do it on the road, it shows how well prepared this team was coming into this contest.
Nance outside. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Mann. He's defended by Bay. Mann can't hit.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Here's Carrington. Good on the three-point shot. Carrington's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And with that three-pointer, how about ending that 11-0 run by Atlanta?
Three-pointer. And Trae Young hits from deep. And the Hawks lead by 16.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Stolen by Kispert. Capella sets a screen for Young. Stolen by Kispert. Shot from the wing. Got a piece of it. Here's Bay. From deep. The Wizards with another miss. Atlanta leading by 16. And Rashawn Holmes gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Mann passes to Niang. And the wing jumper offline. Deflects the pass. Here's Carrington. And again, Washington no good. Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 14-3 run. For 3, Nance. Bay pulls it in. The Wizards shooting terribly up to this point, just 30%. Some ramshackle offense play there. Rogged in the pass to Kispert. Bay with the screen for Kispert. And another miss by Washington. Here's Niang. Capella kicks to Niang. Capella with a screen on Bay. Niang, no good on the last second attempt there. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
And so in the game for the Hawks, in the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Karis LeVert is out there with Daniels. And it's Reza Shea in its small forward. Greg, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom to point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it. And such a nice stroke for a rookie. Reza Shea looking like a polished shooter already.
Shot by Champagnie, no good. The Hawks leading by 19. A wide open look here for Okongwu. Misses the 3. Wizards have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Smart. The Wizards with another miss.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak. Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Okongwu with a screen on Smart. The Hawks again can't hit. Wizards trail by 16. And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow.
There's the screen. Middleton the pass to Champagnie. Now, here's Johnson. He's covered closely. LeVert from outside. Rebound, Washington. Champagnie's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Middleton for 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Okongwu's now got 6 rebounds in the game. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Pass to Rizachet from the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Rizachet's got 11 points.
I know he just entered the league, but you have to run Rizachet off that shot.
Now Smart for 3. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. There's the 3. Offensive rebound. Pass to Rizachet. Jacks up a 3. Just 5 to shoot. Johnson for 3. And Sarr pulls it down. Wizards have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. The Wizards with another miss. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Hawks. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half.
He's got a nose for the bucket. Rizachet ready to go once he got it.
To halt the run, and Sarr throws it down.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake of thinking they can put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
Got the 1-2 punch as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. D.A. thanks. Hits it from 3-point range.
And Rizachet is having himself a game. Everything is coming together for the young fella.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And it's Rizachet missing.
And that's one way to end up in the highlights.
Yeah, all right. That'd be an automatic benching if I was coaching. What was that?
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
From downtown, doesn't get it to drop for him. And so it's Atlanta sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The 3-point. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, and if you have both guards dishing like that and putting up points, wow, a coach's dream.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. You've got Rashawn Holmes. Kispert is out there with Bay. Then there's Jordan Poole. And it's Brogdon in at the point. That's the 5 on the 4 for the Wizards. Here's Mann. Pass to Capella. Poole with the steal. Tries from the block. Rebounded by the Hawks. Niang with the ball. Brogdon picks him up. Niang, no good. Wizards trail by 21. Three-pointer. And there's Brogdon on the assist from Poole.
And a toolkit with every type of release. Brogdon is an elite shooter.
And a deep 3 from Young. The Hawks again can't hit. Washington's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Kispert kicks to Bay. And again, Washington with the triple.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for there, but the defense gave it to him, and he knocked it down.
Out to Nance. Young against Brogdon. Here's Mann. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Mann's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. It's stolen by Nance. from deep three-point territory. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got 4 rebounds in this game. Kispert wide open. He fires. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Atlanta leading by 18. Here's Capella. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his 5th rebound in this one. For 3, Brogdon. The offensive rebound. And Bay able to finish.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And Nance kicks to Young. Lets it go with the 3. Rebound, Washington. Bay's got his 6th rebound on the night. Nance against Brogdon. Bay with a screen on Nance. For 3, Brogdon. Nailed from three-point land. Brogdon's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, it's much easier to space the floor when you have effective shooters like Brogdon on your roster.
Niang, no good. On offense, here are the Wizards. They're on an 11-3 run. Kispert, no good. And so it's Capella who brings up the ball for the Hawks. 13-point lead. Got that one up quick. Mann's got a pair of 3s here in the 4th quarter for Atlanta. Wizards have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th, 4 of 9. Kispert, no good. The Hawks leading by 16. Here's Niang. No good with the triple.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Hawks.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Risa Shea.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
Good on the triple.
As a leader, you've got to know when your team needs a response. Young gets that, and great 3 to answer right back. And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Fires from way outside. It's rebounded by Poole. And here's Brogdon from the arc. Mans with the rebound. And Corey Kispert is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Young. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. From deep three-point territory. Rebound by the Wizards. To the wing right side. Poole with the screen for Kispert. Young from deep three-point range. Can't get it to fall. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. First.